So what is an agenda of today's classes? In today's class, one second. So in today's class, okay, we are going to discuss about, let me write the agenda of today's class, okay. So what's the agenda of today's class is, in today's class, guys, we are going to discuss about Selenium architecture. We're going to discuss about what? Selenium architecture. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about softwares required. Okay. And we are going to download and install the software. Download and install the software. Understood? What's the agenda of today's class? Understood? Let's start. So let's start up with Selenium architecture. So as I told you on the day one, you guys should learn in the class itself. So we are going to learn, practice, and do it everything in the class itself. Okay. Observe, concentrate. I'll give you time to make a note of it. Okay. First, number one. Step number one. One minute, let me draw the diagram, then I'll start with the explanation. I want everybody to concentrate, no writing, doing anything. Please look at my screen and just concentrate. I'll give you time for you to write it down later. Okay, just concentrate. Okay. Step number one. Selenium supports multiple programming language. Yes, everybody know about it. Correct? Selenium supports multiple programming language. Correct, right? Such as what? Java, Python, C#, JavaScript, etc. These are called as what? Language binding or client binding. Okay, let me repeat again. Selenium supports multiple programming languages such as Java, Python, C#, etc. These are called as language binding or the client binding. Understood? The point number one. Selenium supports multiple programming languages such as Java, Python, C#, etc. This is called as language binding or the client binding. Everybody understood the first point? I'll repeat again. Selenium supports multiple programming languages such as Java, Python, C#, etc. These are called as language binding or the client binding. Okay. Next. The Selenium as next will Selenium server. Next point. Selenium server, internally it has Java client binding. Okay. Selenium server, internally it has Java client binding. Okay. Let me repeat that point number two. Selenium server, internally it has Java client binding. Understood? I'll repeat again. Selenium supports multiple programming languages such as Java, Python, C#, etc. Next we have what? Selenium server internally has Java client binding. Understood? Everyone is clear with two points? Everybody's understood 2 points? Super good. Guys, now look at here. Let's assume. This is assumption, okay? Let's assume Chrome. Chrome is developed using a language called as Python. Let's assume, okay? Let's assume Chrome is developed using a language called Python. And Firefox is developed using a language called as JavaScript. Let's assume, okay? Now, you have written the code. In which? Java. In Java as a programming language. Correct, right? You've written the program in what? Java as the programming language. Now you'll click on run button. What you will do? You will click on run button. Now, will a Chrome understand what action you wanted to do? Will the Chrome understand what action you wanted to do? No. Why? Because you're talking in Java. It is developed using a language called as Python. Will Firefox understand what you wanted to do? Will Firefox understand what you wanted to do? No, because you're talking in Java, but it is developed using a language called as JavaScript. Okay. Now, tell me, in order to automate this Chrome, can you learn Python? In order to automate Firefox, can you learn JavaScript? Is it possible? No, no, no. It's not possible to learn a language. Correct, right? So now what happened? Chrome people and Selenium sat together. They came with a concept called as what? Translators. They came up with a concept called as what? Translators. Understood? What's the concept they came up with? They came up with a solution called as translators. Now they came up with what? Translators. So we call this translators also as driver executables. So what are driver executables? They acts like a translators between your browsers, between your Chrome. For Chrome, we have a driver executable or translators called as Chrome driver. For Firefox, we have Gecko driver. Are you understanding? So these are what? Translators between your browsers and the server. Okay. Driver executables are translators between your Selenium servers and the browsers. Understanding? Similarly, for different browsers, we have different driver executable. Okay, for IE Internet, for Edge we have Edge driver, like that. For different browsers, we have different driver executable. In 90% of all the IT industry, we use Chrome and Firefox more. We don't use other browsers. Okay, for other browsers also we have driver executables, but frequently used browsers are Chrome and Firefox. Using all these things, we are going to test the application. That is application under test. So we are going to test the application. That is what? Application under test. Let me repeat. Selenium supports multiple programming languages such as Java, Python, C#, etc. These are called language binding or a client binding. Selenium server internally has Java client binding. Next, we have a driver executables who acts like a translators between your server and the browser. For different browsers, we have different driver executables. Using all these things, we are going to test the application. Everybody's clear? Everybody's clear? Clear? Okay, now if you want to communicate between your Selenium server and the browser, to communicate between Selenium and server, we have W3C protocol. Protocol means it should follow some set of rules. W3C protocol, where W3C stands for World Wide Web Consortium. W3C Web Consortium. Okay. Everybody understood? Everybody understood? Okay. 1 minute, one announcement to do. Backup classes are already given. Correct? Everybody agrees? Backup classes are already given. This is a fresh class. Okay. If you're not understanding, you guys can continue from the next batch. Okay. I've explained every point twice, thrice. Okay. Copy down the diagram. Everybody copy down the diagram. Everyone done? Done? Okay. Start writing along with me. Start writing along with me. Okay. So what is a step number 1? So what is a step number 1? Selenium supports. Selenium supports multiple. Selenium supports multiple programming language such as Java, Python, C Sharp, etc. This is called as language binding or client binding. This is the first point. Next, Selenium server internally as Java client binding. Okay. Next, we have driver executables acts like translators between Selenium server and the browsers. Okay. For different browsers, we have different driver executables. For different browsers, we have different driver executables, such as for Chrome, we have Chrome driver. For Firefox, we have Gecko driver. Using all this, we are testing the application, that is AUT, application under test, for communication between Selenium server and browser. Selenium server and browser, we use W3C protocol. Okay, for communication between Selenium server and the browser, we use WC3 protocol, that is World Wide Web Consortium. Okay, start writing, understand and start writing quickly. Start writing. Yes. Will you download the browsers? Do you want browsers? No, because browser is already installed in your computer. Will you download the application? Will you download the application? No, because we are going to automate web applications, so we are not going to download any applications. Okay, so we are going to download language or client binding. We are going to download Selenium server, driver executables. Okay, now let's make a heading. Look at my screen. Don't write anything. Look at my screen. Softwares required. So what are the softwares we required? First thing, everybody should have Java JDK 1.8 and above. Next, we should have Selenium server. Okay, sorry, before that you have to have understood what are the softwares we wanted. Okay, so out of this softwares, okay, out of this softwares, we have already have Java JDK in our computers. Yes, everybody have Java JDK. I will not sit and teach how do you download Java. Okay, Java JDK is already there. Now everybody have Eclipse also in your computer. Correct? Correct, and it should be the latest. It should be the latest. Okay, it should be the latest. Okay, now please everybody look at my screen. Everybody look at my screen. Since it is an online classes, everybody should, when I ask you to listen, everybody should be listening. When I ask you to write, you should write it. Okay? When I give you time to execute the code, you should execute. If you follow this three process only, the subject is also easy, you will understand. Okay? When I ask you to listen, if you keep writing, when I give you time to write, you're doing something else. When I give you execute, you're not executing. That means you will not learn the subject. Are you understanding? Okay, Eclipse should be latest. Okay, when you launch Eclipse should show the version as Eclipse IDE. Version can be anything, 2019, 2020, or 2021, 2022. Any version can be, okay, but it should be Eclipse IDE. No Oxygen, no Photon, no Fluto, okay, nothing. Okay, no Oxygen. Anybody knows Eclipse Oxygen, Eclipse ID, Eclipse Luno, Eclipse. All these things will not work. Okay, all this will not work. Understanding? Are you understanding? Clear? Okay, you should have the IDE only. You should have the latest version IDE only. You should have. Okay, now everybody look at my screen. Make a note. I'll give you time to do it. Okay, make a heading. Steps to download Selenium server. Steps to download Selenium server. Please make a note, make a heading. Observe, concentrate, look at my screen, make a note, then I'll give you time. Don't do parallel. If you do parallel, you will not understand. If you do parallel, you will not understand. You should look at my board, you should look at my screen, make a note, then I'll give you time to do it. Okay, step number 1. Open the browser. Step number 1. Open the browser. Look at my screen neatly and make a note. Step number 1. Open the browser. Step number 1. Open the browser. Step number 1, 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 open the browser. Step number 2, type. Then don't do parallelly. You should keep writing in your notebook. Don't do parallel. If you do, it will not understand. Type selenium.dev, D-E-V. Type selenium.dev. Type selenium.dev. Next, click on downloads. 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 Click on latest stable version. So this is your latest stable version of Selenium 4.6.0. Click on Selenium server. That's all. It is downloading. That's all. Don't do anything. Don't do double click, right click, triple click. Don't do anything. Just click on it. It will download and you keep quiet. Okay. Click on it. It will download. You should keep quiet. Everybody understood? How do you download Selenium server? Everybody understood how do you serve? It is same for both Windows and Mac. It is same. If it changes, I'll be telling you. Okay. Everybody download Selenium server. Once after downloading, no performing double click, right click, nothing. Just download and keep quiet. Everybody download. Everybody download. Done? Okay. Now look at my screen. Next step. Next step. Now look at my screen, everyone. Now look at my screen. Steps 2. Download Chrome driver. No, it will throw you a message. It will harm your computer. Just click on keep. It's okay. It doesn't harm your computer. Just click on keep. Just click on keep. Don't do anything. It will not harm your computer. It will just throw you a message. Just click on keep. That's all. Don't do anything else. Just click on keep. Okay. For that, we have one precondition. Look at my screen, everyone. We have one precondition. So what is that precondition? We should check the Chrome browser version first. Chrome browser version. Are you understanding? So what's the prerequisite? First, we have to check the Chrome browser version. Okay. What's the prerequisite? First, we have to check the Chrome browser version. Then only you can download the Chrome driver executor. Make heading. Steps 2. See Chrome browser version. Okay. Step number 1. Start writing. Start writing. Start writing till here. Done? Now, make a note. Step number 1. Open the browser. Look at my screen and make a note. Step number 1. Open the browser. Step number 1, open the browser. Step number 1, open the browser. Step 2, click on these 3 dots. Are you able to see these 3 dots? Are you able to see these 3 dots? Okay, click on these 3 dots. Click on these 3 dots. Click on help about Google Chrome. Click on help. Click on help about Google Chrome. Click on help. Click on about Google Chrome. Okay. Are you able to see the version? Only starting 3 digits you consider. Don't need to consider the after point. Starting 3 digits. Okay. So this is my version. Look at everyone. This is my version. I don't know what is your version. This is my version. I don't know your versions. Okay. So everybody look at your version and make a note. Okay. This is my version. I don't know your versions. So you look at your versions and make a note in your notebook. Only the first 3 digits. Only the first 3 digits. You make a note in your notebook. Okay. Please look into your version and make a note in your notebook, everyone. Done? Okay. Now make heading. Now make heading. So whatever version you guys have, you have to make a note of your version. Okay. I have, that is my version. Your version you have to make. Now make heading. Steps to download. Download Chrome driver executables. Steps to download Chrome driver executables. Steps to download Chrome driver executables. Finish making an heading. Steps to download Chrome browser. Finished. Now make a note. Make a note. Open the browser. Open. Look at my screen. Don't do it parallelly. Make a note in your notebook. Open the browser. Open the browser. Type selenium.dev. Open the browser. Type selenium.dev. Open the browser. Type selenium.dev. Next, step number 2. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Scroll the path. Scroll the page till platform supported by Selenium. 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 Expand this browser. Click on this plus button. Click on this plus button next to browser. Click on the plus button next to browser. Click on next button. Click on plus button next to browser. Under Chrome, click on documentation. Under Chrome, click on documentation. Under Chrome, click on documentation. Click on documentation. Everybody understood till here? Everybody understood till here? Have you all written a note? Next. Click on downloads. Next step. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Now guys, all the versions are here. See, 108 you have, 107 you have, 106 you have. Okay, you wanted little more, you just scroll down, you'll get 105, 104, whatever the version. You have made a note in your notebook. I've asked you to make a note in your notebook. Look at your versions, correct, right? Whether it is 108, whether it is 107 or 106, what is your version? I asked you to make a note. See, mine is 107. I don't know yours. Mine is 107. Maybe you may be 18, 105, whichever it is. Click on your version. Make a note. Click on your respective Chrome browser version. Click on respective your Chrome browser version. Click on respective your Chrome browser version. Okay. Now, everybody look at my screen. Everybody look at my screen. Chrome driver 32.zip is there. Okay. Chrome driver window. Win means window. Chrome driver window 32.zip. This supports both your 32 and 64 bit. Okay. This, okay, let me give you a note. Okay. Make a note. Make a note. Chrome driver win 32.zip. It supports both 32 and 64 bit. Okay, it supports what? So this supports 32 and 64. We don't have a separate. So one zip file, it supports both 32 and 64 bit. Understood? Everybody understood? Okay, make a note. Chrome driver win32.zip. It supports both 32 and 64 bit. We have only one. Finished? Finished writing this note? only repetition. I'm going very slow. I think I will not repeat again and again. I'll not keep repeating again. How to check Chrome browser version? I'm so sorry. That is already repeated. I've given you time. Everything is done. Once it is done, there will be no repetition again. See, if you write and if you do parallelly along with me, you will not understand. You should understand, write it down, then do it, you'll understand. If you parallelly do it along with me, you will not understand. Okay? No repetition will be given. Everybody written? Everybody's written? Okay, now look at my screen. Go back. Click on Chrome driver window 32.zip. See, I've just downloaded. Click on Chrome driver window 32.zip. Clear? Clear? Next. Note. Mac people. People who are using Mac in my system, in my class, you have to download this. For Mac people, you have to download this. Window people, you have to download this. For Mac people, you have to download this. Clear? Just click on it, it will download. Just click on it, it will download. Okay, please download everyone. Please download everyone. Everybody download the Chrome driver.exe. Download everyone. Okay, next. Make a note. Now, listen everyone, listen to me. Note. Listen to me. Note. If you have any one browser, that's enough. That's enough. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? If you have any one browser, if you have Chrome, that's enough. If you have Firefox, that's enough. Okay. If you have any one browser, that would be enough. So it is not required that you should have multiple browsers. It is one and the same. Okay. It's one and the same. If you have any one browser, that's enough. So if you don't have Firefox browser, don't need to sit and download again. If you don't have Chrome browser, don't need to sit and download again. If you have whatever browser you have, you can use that. If you have any one browser, that's enough. Okay. If you don't have Firefox browser, make a note of the steps. Okay. If you don't have Firefox browser, make a note of the steps. No, Edge is not recommended. Chrome or Firefox, Edge is not recommended. Okay. Look here. If you have any one browser, that's enough. Okay. If you have any one browser, that's enough. Chrome or Firefox browser. Okay. So don't need to download Firefox browser. You can make a note in your notebook. So don't need to download. Make a heading. Steps to download Gecko driver executables. Okay, so what is a precondition for it? What's a precondition? Precondition is we should see the version of Firefox browser. Okay, next. Steps to see the Firefox browser version. Make a heading, everyone. Finished? Done? Done? Okay, next. Make a heading. Steps to see Firefox browser version. Make a note. Steps to see Firefox browser version. 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 Step number 1. Open Firefox browser. Open Firefox browser. Open Firefox browser. Open Firefox browser. Click on these 3 lines. Excuse me. So sorry. Click on these 3 lines. Click on these 3 lines. Click on these 3 lines. Click on Help. Click on Help. About Firefox. Click on About Firefox. Make a note. Your Firefox version should be 100 and above, guys. It should not be less than 90, 95, 80, 85. No. Your Firefox version should be more than 100. You can make a note somewhere. The version of your Firefox should be more than 100. Okay, the version of the Firefox should be more than 100. The version of your Firefox should be more than 100. Okay, okay. If you guys are having Firefox browser, please open the Firefox browser, see the version and make a note. If you're having, if you don't have, keep quiet. That's all. Okay. So please, if you have a version, so it should be 90, 100 and above. It should be 100 and above. If you have, you make a note. If you don't have, keep quiet. Please make a note of it. Open the browser. Type selenium.dev. Open the browser. Type selenium.dev. Open the browser. Type selenium.dev. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Click on downloads. Scroll the page till platform supported by Selenium. 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 Click on browser's icon. Click on browser icon. Click on browser icon. Under Firefox. Under Firefox. Click on documentation. Under Firefox, click on documentation. Okay, everybody's clear till here? Everybody's clear till here? Okay. Now, are you able to see there is one Geeko driver releases? Are you able to see there is one Geeko driver releases? Click on Geeko driver releases. Click on Geeko driver releases. Okay, and scroll the page. Okay, scroll the page bit. Okay, scroll the page bit. Now, if you are using 32-bit, download this. Okay, if you are using, listen everyone, look at my screen. If you are using 32-bit, download this. If you are using 64-bit, you download this. If you are using Mac, download this. Windows 32-bit, you download this. Windows 64-bit, you download this. Mac people, you download this. Understanding? Click on Geeko driver releases. Bit you scroll down. If you're using 32-bit, you download this. If you're using 64-bit, you download this. If you're using Mac, you download this. Okay? Please download. Please download. If you have Firefox browser, you download. Else keep quiet. Eclipse IDE. Clear? Yes? Okay. Start downloading. If you don't have, start downloading. Guys, what is your batch code? Guys, what is your batch code?